Hello and welcome into the Thrive with Grace podcast. My name's Kat. I'm the host of the show, and I am so happy, elated, and grateful to you for tuning in with us today. Today, our episode is going to talk about healing after the breakup. I don't know anyone that hasn't had to go through a breakup here or there, a time or two. I personally have had plenty in my day. Hopefully, no more after this one, but plenty in my day. But anywho, if you're one of those people and you're lying on the floor right now and you're like, listen, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. I don't know how I'm going to get through my next moment, my next step, then this podcast is for you. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We're going to dig right in and we're going to get you together. I want to talk to you about what happened during my relationship. For those that are new to me, welcome. I'm so happy again that you're here with me and you see the joy that I have. So that should let you know that tomorrow is a brand new day. But let's go back in time just for a few moments. So I am a divorcee. I've been divorced now, separated from my ex-husband for about 4 years. I am a mother of 2, and let me tell you, that breakup honestly was one of the most difficult things I've ever gone through in my entire life. And I mean, I've gone through some things, but never in my life, after making vows to someone that I was deeply in love with, deeply cared for, would I have thought that I would be here today. So my ex and I, we were married for 8 years. We have 2 beautiful daughters together, and everything was going well, honestly, for the most part. But as we grew older, I wanted different things, and he in turn wanted different things. We had a difference of opinion on so many things, and we had dated for over a year at least before we got married. So I thought that I knew him, and in turn, I thought that he knew me. But I'll be honest with you, I came into a depressive state. He came into a depressive state. Without going into too much detail, we just were not seeing eye to eye. There was stepping out in the marriage. There was a bit of alcoholism throughout our marriage. And I just refused to honestly have my children in a space that was not going to fulfill them. So I chose to leave. And he chose to leave. And if I just want to be real, he's the one who filed. And in my personal opinion, I just couldn't believe that someone who made vows was able to walk away from me that easily. There was no talk of counseling. I asked if we could do counseling. He didn't want to do counseling until I had actually checked out of the relationship. And honestly, there was no going back after that. There was no reconciliation, because what wound up happening is I it's like my eyes opened up. It's like I could see him in a different light, and I did not like who that was. And I was determined to be a good mom to my children, and I was also determined to love myself, because what kind of life is that where I'm with someone that did not love me the way that I loved them, did not want to protect me, did not desire me, did not respect me, did not find me worthy? You should never be in a relationship or a space where you're dealing with mental and verbal abuse. That's not the life that God wants for you. That's not what he desires for you. And also, you're the example for others around you. So if you're sitting here being someone else's punching bag, what kind of life is that? And what kind of leadership is that for those that are looking up to you? So long story short, he filed for divorce. And at that point, I had to either put up or shut up. Honestly, I just decided, you know what? If you don't want to fight for this relationship, I'm going to fight for myself, and I'm going to start standing up for myself and loving myself and pouring into myself. So we go through the divorce. Just being honest, it was pretty nasty. I saw him in a completely different light. I saw myself in a completely completely different life. I never would have imagined I would have felt the way or treated my ex-husband the way that I did, but after a while it just became like he was nobody to me. Those were the defenses that I put up to protect myself. I became the stigma, the angry woman, the angry Black woman, and that has never been me. But I was so upset and so hurt and so broken down that the person that I made vows to was not willing to put in the work for me. It was horrific. The whole experience was horrific, and I just felt abandoned. I felt used. I felt taken advantage of, just so many things. And you all, we can talk about it all day, but going through a divorce and a breakup is really a grieving moment within your life. It's indescribable, honestly. I just felt like mourning. I was mourning for my past relationship, not to mention the judgment that I received from going through the divorce. There were family members on his side that were saying, I can't believe you're divorcing him and you're doing this and you're doing that, not knowing that he was the one that actually filed. And here I am trying to save face, and yet and still he's still not coming to my defense. I can't imagine it, even going through it right now, and I'm completely healed and happy. I'm just like, how can you do that? And you said that you loved someone. How can you go through life and just be okay with them being the one that's having to suffer, but then you turn around and say that you love them? That action is not matching the words. And me, I go by the action. But long story short, I had to do some intense therapy. I still attend therapy sessions to this day, and it's been 4 years, you all, and I still will go through and do the work. I also journal, and I have frequent conversations with my children also, because I never want them to feel like it was their fault that their mother and father separated. I want them to know that this life is separate from the life that they will lead and they will have in the future. I also want them to know that there is true love out there, that someone is meant specifically just for them, that they should not settle, that they deserve better. Case in point, I'm out here, we're dating again. And I'm happy to say that I am dating again, and I am enjoying the journey. I'm enjoying loving myself and taking care of myself. I'm also enjoying giving myself grace. I'm enjoying giving myself grace because we all make mistakes, and it's not fair to be beating up on myself and telling myself I'm not worthy, telling myself that I'm not enough, when I know deep down inside that I am enough, that I am worthy, that someone is actually capable of loving me, of pouring into me. The first step for me was finding my own happiness, doing things that made me happy, doing things that I loved. I found new hobbies. This podcast has been life-changing for me already, and we're just getting started. I'm just getting the hang of this whole thing, but I am loving it because I'm pouring into myself while I am pouring into you, and it just makes the world of difference for me. So I want you to know, just take it from my life story. There is a tomorrow, and I will forever understand and receive that I am worthy of being desired and I am worthy of being loved, even if it has to come just from me. Now that you've heard my story, let's focus on you. I want you to not be ashamed of the pain that you feel. If you're on the bathroom floor right now, I don't mind that you're crying. I cried and cried and cried. There were places that we would go together, things I would reminisce with my girls. I have 2 girls, and we would just have laughs and just memories that would come, pictures that would come up on my phone, and I would cry. Ugly girl cry, y'all. I would ugly girl cry because it's just so painful. I don't want you to be ashamed of feeling that pain. I want you to go through those emotions and just allow yourself to feel that hurt. It doesn't mean you have to stay in it and wallow in it, but I don't want you to ignore your feelings. Some people say, oh, if that person doesn't work, get another one. If that person doesn't work, get another one. I don't necessarily agree with that. I do agree with carrying on with your life, but I am big on healing first. That is what I believe in, because I just feel like in my spirit, if you don't truly heal, you're going to attract the same person that let you go or that you had to let go. You're not fully healed, therefore your energy is still going to draw in that narcissistic person, that taker that is going to continue to abuse you. Because trust me, y'all, I tried it and sweetheart, it does not work. You need to sit there and you need to heal and you need to take time for yourself. So I want you to sit there and feel those emotions, go through that pain for a second, and just reflect on what you could have done better. What actions and changes do you need to make within yourself that will allow you to have a better life? What are you looking to change? What mistakes did you make during that relationship that you want to change, that you no longer want to happen on your part? That's what I had to do. I had to look in the mirror and take stock within myself and say, hey, girl, Kat, you shouldn't have said this. Hey, girl, Kat, you shouldn't have done that. Your actions will speak louder than your words. Don't act like you aren't responsible as well. It takes two people to tango, sweetheart. You can't tango by yourself. So I want you to deal with the real, because that's what this channel is about also. While we're thriving in grace, we're also dealing with the real, and we're taking accountability for our actions during the relationship. I want you to reclaim focusing on yourself. I want you to reclaim boundaries. When I was in my past relationship, it was always very much about my ex-husband. I won't even lie to you and act like I was just this powerful human being. I was not. I thought that if I continued to pour into my ex-husband, that he would pour into me. I thought if I continued to put him first, that he would in turn reciprocate those feelings. But a taker is a taker, and there's nothing that you can do about it. It doesn't matter if you peel the skin off of your body. If they are a taker, they're going to take that too. So I want you to make sure that you do not get emotionally fatigued. Okay, because your energy is something that you need to protect. Your spirit is something that you need to protect. So if you are not setting boundaries for yourself and you are not putting yourself first, I want you to start today. I want you to begin today. Set boundaries for yourself. If you're a giving person, then limit the amount of time, money, and energy that you give to people that you come into relationships with. I don't care how they, woe is me, woe is this, woe is that. I don't care. If it is not beneficial to you and you honestly can't afford to give that away, you should not be doing it. Look back and see and take stock. Did you fantasize about that person? Did you see who that person could become? Because I'm guilty of that. I poured into my ex thinking that the more I poured into him, the more he would become the person I saw him as. And sweetheart, that did not happen. He just kept taking and taking and taking. It didn't matter how many sacrifices I made at all. You have to know when enough is enough. You have to know when to stand up for yourself. And you need to learn how to say no. I want you to start focusing on yourself now. Working out, taking walks outside, joining clubs, joining networking events, limiting the smoking, the alcohol, the drugs, limiting those things that are not fulfilling your life. Those are crutches. Those are temporary fixes. It's not going to take the pain away, because listen, once that alcohol wears off, the drugs wear off and everything, you're back at square one. So that is not the answer. at all. That is never the answer. You need to get a relationship with yourself, a relationship with God, and just a relationship with your spirit. Because I'll tell you what, I forgot about myself. I forgot who Kat was. I was so invested in my ex-husband that I lost myself. I had no identity, no substance for who Kat truly was or who she wanted to become. I just knew I wanted to make my husband happy. That's all I knew. And in turn, I lost myself. I don't want you to be like that. While you're going through this healing journey, I want you to remember the you that you forgot. Because I promise you, I know you're not yourself. You're a different person then than you are today. And I hope that you got some wake-up calls. I hope that this is going to cause you to write that book that you wanted to write, to start that podcast that you wanted to start, the business that you wanted to start. I want you to start making plans for yourself and your life and what tomorrow will bring for you. That's what I want you to do. I want you to look forward to your next relationship and have fun doing it. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. I know your family is going to be like, well, what's next? Oh, you can't keep a man. You can't keep a woman. You can't do this. Sweetheart, it's not their life. It's your life. And you're the only one that can take care of you, okay? I want you to remember that. I want you to digest that because we're so hard on ourselves. And it's not enough that we're hard on ourselves, but the family's out here trying to judge us too. Trust me, don't even get me started on that part. But I want you to start investing in yourself. Don't worry about the naysayers. Don't worry about the judgmental ones, the negative ones that always say, I told you should have left that man a long time ago. Don't worry about them because 9 times out of 10, they probably don't even have their man themselves. So don't be listening to that. I want you to focus on the positive. Focus on tomorrow. Look at what tomorrow will bring. So as we come to a close, I truly hope that this podcast was a blessing to you. I hope that you got something from this. I want you to remember that this feeling inside is not going to last. This is not the end for you. This is not the end all be all. You are more than this moment in your life. I want you to get up. I want you to go walk outside if you can. I want you to breathe in some fresh air if you can. Remember the you that you lost and reclaim him or her. Become the person that you always knew you could become and prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. Because sometimes you got to show people better than you can tell them, sweetheart. I'm a living witness to that because I certainly was told I would not be where I am today. And look at me. I'm still standing. And if I am still standing after a divorce, a nasty divorce, you can too. You can overcome. You are more than this moment. You are more than this thought. I believe in you. I want you to comment down below and say, I believe in myself. I want you to affirm that every day. I am more than my situation. I am more than my problem. I am worthy of love. That's what I want you to continue to say to yourself. I am desired. I am valued. That's what I want you to start affirming to yourself. Look in the mirror and say, you're so beautiful. Look in the mirror and say, you're so handsome. Look in the mirror and say, I can't believe I'm you. I can't believe I get up every day and I look like you. You have to love yourself. I want you to love yourself. I want you to give yourself grace because, sweetheart, mistakes happen. This is not the only situation that you're going to go through. This is a character building moment for you, and it is designing you and framing you into that beautiful being that you were meant to become. Again, I hope this podcast was a blessing for you like it was for me. Please share this with someone that you think needs to hear this. Make sure that you just subscribe, leave a review. I'd love to hear from you, and I can't wait for the next episode. And if no one has told you today, sweetheart, I love you. Peace.